In today's video, we're going to be breaking down exactly how to have a lengthy conversation, get the girl invested, and most of all, create a really cool, playful dynamic and be playful and have fun with the conversation, right? And find out exactly what you need to do to know, which is, do I actually like this girl? Do I want to pursue this girl on a date with her? So let's run this clip and let's break down some key points afterwards.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola.
¿Hablas inglés?
No, solo español.
Solo español. Quiero decir una cosa. Veo-te aquí y pienso que eres. Me gusta tu estilo.
Ah, gracias.
Quiero decir hola. James.
Andrea.
¿Eres soltera?
Sí.
Ah, sí. Estaba en Guadalajara la primera vez para 5 años.
¿Ah, sí?
Sí.
¿Cómo? O sea, ¿tienes aquí 5 años?
La primera vez estaba en Guadalajara.
Ah, ya.
Y es porque es 5 años después ahora.
Ah, ya, 5 años después, ya.
No me acuerdo nada sobre Guadalajara.
Ah, sí.
Sí.
Qué bien. ¿Y te gusta?
Bueno, ¿tienes recomendaciones para esta noche? Mi cabeza es en portugués porque estaba en Brasil. Y soy de Londres, pero viajar para mucho tiempo. Pero me quedando en Chapultepec, colonia americano. Y estaba en los bares, por ejemplo, Peter Brown. Me gusta el vibra. No demasiado loca porque...
Pues yo trabajo en Rakata.
¿Qué es Rakata?
Es un antro.
¿Antro?
Antro como disco.
Es una...
Como lugar de noche.
Ah, Rakata.
Ajá. Aquí a espaldas.
Es un
club de noche.
¿Es bueno o no?
Sí, es de reggaetón.
Oh no, qué horror, reggaeton.
Book a call on the link below so we can help you map out exactly what you want in your dating life, the strategy, the vision, and we can help you get from A to B as quickly as possible, depending on what you want. That's the key thing. We've been doing this for 10 years. We've worked with thousands of dudes. We can save you your most valuable assets, which are your time, your attention, and your money, and get you from A to B as fast as possible. So book a free call, a free dating strategy consultation with us below.
No me gusta nada. No, pero prefiero, soy demasiado... tengo demasiado años para club ahora. Y prefiero bars, porque es mi tiempo para dormir es 9 o 10. ¿Prefieres clubs?
Me da igual.
Y tú, cuando la primera vez me veo, ¿tienes una experiencia un poco de japonés?
Ah, sí me han dicho.
¿Por qué? ¿Tus padres son japoneses?
No, mis papás son de aquí, de México.
Ajá.
Pero no sé por qué. Solo tengo rasgos.
¿Rasgos?
Como cara, me parezco un poco asiático, pero no soy asiático.
Y muy serio también, como los japoneses.
Sí, a veces.
¿Y te gusta el karaoke también?
No, no, el karaoke no me gusta.
¿Qué te gusta?
Es que
Reggaetón,
aquí
solo...
en México, no, también como electrónico y así, pero en México no hay karaoke, no es como normal, costumbre, no.
¿Te gusta música electrónica?
Sí, también.
Ah, es diferente.
De todo, sí. Enfrente de Rakata hay electrónica.
Me gusta mucho. Hay un DJ brasileño que se llama Vintage Culture y es mi DJ favorita. Cuando estaba en Carnaval en Río, para mí es el mejor fiesta, sí. Pero es diferente porque fui la primera persona en México que me dice, me gusta música electrónica, normalmente es reggaetón o ¿qué más?
Banda.
¿Qué es banda? Es lo mismo que mariachi.
Como regional mexicano.
Original?
Regional.
Nunca.
So the first point of call is we were filming this in a shopping mall in Mexico. Day gamers are like vampires. It's like there's imaginary cloves of garlic hanging outside every store you ever see. And when a girl walks into a shop, guys just will never go into approach. So the first point of call is, if this is an issue for you, this kind of indoor spotlight effect that it seems to be for a lot of guys, try and catch the girl like I did before she actually walks into the store. So we're in a mall an open air cool mall, and then she's about to enter a shop. As soon as she goes into a shop, it is more pressured, and it's not just on about you, right? I have the social freedom levels to just go into the store and talk to her. It doesn't matter to me. I know lots of guys signing up don't have that ability, but it's more about also thinking about her, right? Because if she's in a pressured kind of space like a store, you've got all the shop workers like beside her, and you've got loads of other women listening in, she's going to feel a lot of internal pressure, so she's not going to be as open and upbeat necessarily as she was, and that's why I stopped her. And it was also for filming purposes, because I knew it'd be harder to film inside. But the key thing is, if you see a girl walking into a store, try and catch her before she goes in. If she does go into the store and you don't get her in time, don't be afraid to continue on and walk into the store. But easier best practice for a lot of guys until you've got really can handle that social pressure. Stop her like I did before she went into the shop. That's the first point. So the key nuance of this conversation I want to talk about is how to be playful, how to self-amuse, and how to carry on a conversation like this, where she's clearly engaged and you're being the emotional leader and calling the shots about where to go in the conversation and find out what you want to. It is a learned skill. When I first started doing this, and when you start out doing this, the conversations are very short because you simply don't know what to talk about and you don't know what to discuss, right? When you see it like this, it seems easy, it seems flowing because I've learned how to do it. I've learned to bear the pressure of staying in the conversation, and I've learned a few kind of key linchpins to use throughout the conversation to keep the conversation going. So let's talk about those. So the key nuance on how to actually do this is slowing down, coming with the frame of self-amusement, which is you're not trying to make her laugh, but you're trying to have fun internally, and you're going to produce this kind of playful, self-amusing vibe. That's the first thing. And the second thing is actually staying on the topic. We call it active listening. So really listening to what she's saying, not just the words she's saying, but her vibe, her energy, what she's not saying with her words, right? But verbally staying on point. I see a lot of issues from guys trying to have conversations where they jump around like headless chickens. That's okay to do, but it's got to be on the tenet of it threading the conversation based on what she's talking about, or jumping onto topics afterwards which relating to it. So if you actually analyze the conversation, hopefully the subtitles on this because it was in Spanish, but you'll be able to see all the topics we talk about connected. And then I'm not afraid to cut conversational threads when they're kind of dying and move on to new ones, but it's all done quite smooth. It's not too much jumping around. It's done in a coherent way where she's keeping track of it, I'm keeping track of it, and I'm able to call her out and joke about stuff.
Nunca escucho.
Peso Pluma.
Peso Pluma. Peso Pluma.
Peso Pluma, así se llama, es un cantante.
Es famoso.
Música mexicana.
¿Y no hablas nada inglés? ¿Por qué?
No sé.
¿No estudias en...?
No estudié inglés.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
25.
Ah, ok. Es difícil para saber tu años. Porque tienes energía muy joven, pero es difícil para... ¿No? ¿Eres abuela? ¿Piensas que eres más abuela?
No.
En la noche, fiesta, no. Chica fiesta.
No tanto.
¿Qué te gusta? ¿Tienes una pasión? ¿Tienes un sueño?
Sí.
¿Qué es? Pasión. 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 ¿Cómo es? ¿Moda? ¿Cómo es la palabra? Con ropas. Estilo de ropa.
¿Cómo estilo?
Ropas.
Que si ese es como lo que me gusta.
No, ¿qué es? Dos preguntas. ¿Cómo es tu sueño? ¿Y cómo es?
Que yo soy abogada también.
¿Eres un abogado? Oh, qué horror. No, estaba abogado para 7 años en Inglaterra.
¿Ah, sí?
Y no me gusta nada. Estaba un abogado de criminales.
Ajá.
Y es demasiado...
Es muy intenso.
Y prefiero estar con otras personas y estar en la oficina muy tarde, solo amigo, con muchos papeles y es... Yeah, ¿te gusta estresado?
No, bueno, me gusta la carrera, es muy apasionante.
¿Por qué?
Pues el chisme, ¿sabes qué es el chisme?
Chisme es
Historias.
ingresado.
Historias de otras personas. Eso es.
Eres muy... ¿cómo se dice? Esta palabra.
Me gusta saber lo que hacen los demás.
Esta palabra.
Algo así.
¿Y te gusta el...
Es chismoso.
No, mentira, te gusta la plata. Te gusta la plata.
También.
Es bueno para efectivo.
Sí, aquí en México es bien.
¿Y no tienes hermanas o hermanos? Eres un...
No, sí tengo.
Ah, ok.
La más chica, la más
Oh, eres más...
joven, la más joven.
¿Y cuántos?
Somos 4.
¿Lo mismo que yo? Tengo tres hermanos más jóvenes. ¿Sí?
Qué bien. Pues
¿Cómo se llaman?
yo, Andrea.
¿Tienes WhatsApp?
James.
¿Acuerdas? Muy bueno. ¿Sí? Yeah, James.
Andrea.
I'm terrible.
A ver.
Everything she's saying, as we're staying on topic and making the conversation about her, because women are very solipsistic, they're the center of their own universe. Everything she's saying, I'm thinking, right, is that interesting to me? Can I explore that further to figure her out? Because it's a screening process for, do I want to give her my time on a date? And also I'm doing it from a position of being playful and having fun. So occasionally spiking it up, teasing her, calling her out, calling her bluff, disagreeing with her, ruffling her feathers, right? Breaking rapport, but doing it playfully. That's so key. Triggering attraction in that format. How do clients do this? Well, it's not just practicing on hot girls when you see them, right? And you've gone out to do your day game approaches for the day or for the week. It's practicing on with people the whole time. So being very present in the moment, really actively listening to what they're saying. And instead of jumping in and just replying and almost having two conversations, you're leveraging on what they've said, adding to it, and then, you know, maybe asking a question or adding some new information. It is a learned skill. It takes practice, and you can practice this on anyone, any place, anytime, anywhere, whether it's the workplace, whether it's social, but you're really just slowing down and listening really to what the person's saying. That's the key thing. I'm naturally someone that speaks fast, and I naturally interrupt people because I get bored of what they're saying. And I think that's common amongst clients. And one of the key things you have to do is just almost cut that impulse and try and slow down. And look, it's not perfect. You can see there's a few times I kind of talk over her or maybe change the topic too quickly when I kind of could have gone deeper. But having this in your mind that you're trying to make the conversation 80% about her, you're trying to put a self-amusing tint on it, you're trying to kind of playfully pick holes in what she's saying, but you're also coming at it with a position of genuine curiosity to figure her out. That's kind of in a nutshell the nuance or the frame we're kind of going for, the linchpins of how to do it. But the key thing is just practice it the whole time with everyone and realize that it's so important to just be able to have a grounded conversation with someone, right? Women are very psychological, they're very auditory. It really is about being able to listen to them, truly listen to them and understand their world. And it's about having this seducer's mindset, which is getting in someone else's skin, right? The art of seduction. Seduction is a game of psychology, and understanding her world, understanding her, where she comes from, what her hopes, her fears and dreams are. The more information you can gather around her, the more you understand what makes her tick, what's her blueprint, and then the more you have basically power over how to dictate the interaction. So you can see I've given away a few things in that conversation about me, but mostly the conversation is totally about her and some random stuff about Mexico. And I'm getting a flavor for her as a person, and then I'm able to use that to decide, do I actually want to see her again? And also what makes her tick, right? That's power. It's understanding that everyone is the center of their own universe. Just how you see the world is absolutely not how someone else sees the world, right? So it's realizing that, understanding that, getting inside the skin of another person. You do that by active listening, producing topics, getting her to do most of the talking, or you can be doing most of the talking, but it has to be mostly about her in this initial interaction. You can see it's 70-80% about her, right? And then 10-20% about random stuff, and then very little about me. Just enough if she wants to know stuff about me, then I'll immediately flip the conversation back onto her.
Eres bueno con nombres, pero no eres caras.
No, sí.
¿Los dos? ¿Eres muy inteligente?
A veces.
¿Tienes WhatsApp?
Sí. ¿Qué vas a hacer hoy en la noche?
No sé.
¿No vas a salir?
Sí, no quiero porque
¿por qué?
estoy aquí para solo más, tal vez 3 más días y voy a San Luis Potosí para tomar peyote. Es una cosa, ¿sabes?
¿Tomar qué?
Peyote.
Peyote,
Sí. Me gustan mucho los psicodélicos porque para mí hay una expansión de tu perspectiva en la vida. Es importante.
Wow. Qué bien.
¿Y tú? ¿Qué prefieres? ¿Solo tequila, mezcal?
Solo tequila. Mezcal no.
No te gusta mezcal, prefieres tequila.
Mezcal.
Divorciamos. ¿En serio? Mezcal, el sabor de Oaxaca es el mejor.
Mucha cruda.
No te gusta el sabor más fumado.
No, sí, pero es que al día siguiente es horrible.
¿Qué es tu tequila preferida? 70, Don Julio 70.
Maestro, Nobel.
Y has probado Don Julio Familia, Reserva Familia. El mejor, es caramelo, carajillo. Carajillo líquido.
Cualquier tequila es bueno.
Bueno.
¿Fuiste
Sí, pero prefiero Oaxaca para mezcal.
No, claro.
¿No estabas en Oaxaca?
Pues es que no he ido a Oaxaca, pero no me gusta.
Para Día de los Muertos. Día de los Muertos. Día de los
Día de los
Muertos.
Muertos.
Es el
No,
lugar más
pero
famoso.
También Michoacán. Michoacán es más famoso que Oaxaca.
Voy a tomar para el próximo año. Normalmente estoy en
En
Oaxaca.
Michoacán hacen cosas muy bonitas. A ver,
¿Qué pasa con mi salida?
no sé. Eso.
Ya, no sé por qué. Aquí.
A ver,
fuck.
no. ¿Y no tienes Instagram?
Has tenido antes 5 Instagram y tengo una relación un día. La vida no es aquí, la vida es
Ya.
acá. Y
Andrea.
mi salida también es en cinza.
Ok.
¿Es el palabra? Sí, gris. El color
Ya.
monochrome. Porque no me
pero
gusta la salida.
Pero Instagram.
Sí, has tenido 5 Instagrams antes y un día hice una decisión, no me gusta, porque es muy tóxico y tienes una sensación de inferior, complejo inferior. Sí. Andrea?
Tu español es muy bueno.
No, es terrible.
No, es buenísimo.
¿Por qué me enseñas? No. Necesito para practicar más. Porque ahora mi cabeza es en portugués y cambiando para español, pero es difícil.
Pues voy a entrar. Me mandas mensaje.
Vamos.
If you want help step by step how to do this, this is exactly what we teach. Day game is very verbal. We teach you the exact structures of how to do this when you work with us one-on-one. Book a link on the call below if that's something you're interested in doing, and we can explore that dating strategy option for free, just on a quick consultation call. There's 2 other points I want to make on this as well. First of all, the length of the conversation, around 10 minutes. The reason I spend longer in conversations on the front end is to save myself time on the back end. If you think about how useless Tinder dating is, where you haven't got the vibe of the person, you're turning up and potentially spending 1 or 2 hours in someone's company when you have no idea about the vibe. The vibe is so important with the girl, right? The reason I spend longer in the initial conversation is A, it creates a good impression. She trusts me, but B, I actually get to know her. So I'm like, okay, visually she's cool, right? But what else has she got going on? What are her values? What's her dreams? What's her thing? Do I really want to spend time, my most valuable asset, my time, my energy and my attention with this woman and giving her the gift of my presence on a date? And the way to figure that out is spend a bit longer in the initial interaction. There's 2 other nuances to make as well. I date by age. So typically I date women who are 18 to 24 years old. I always ask during the conversation how old the woman is, and I'll always usually take the digits anyway, but I won't text them. In this case, I think she was 27 or 28 by memory. I didn't bother following up with her because I'm not interested. I'm interested in women who are 18, 23, who are in their peak physical condition and also want to look up to me as the older cool guy and have a bit of adventure, right? And are in that kind of party girl stage. You're dating by evolution. You can't beat evolution. It's not strictly by age. You're always going to meet women who are 27, 28, just want to have fun, or then maybe they've come out of a relationship and they just want to fuck around. But mostly women 18, 23, they're in that stage of life. So you're way better off dating by that age bracket, if that makes sense. And the final thing is women will always push to get the Instagram to know more about your life. You want to be the man of mystery. You don't want to give that away unless you've got an amazing Instagram that has a lot of pre-selection to it and really adds to your value. You want to be sticking with WhatsApp because it's personal. You can't just fish someone's WhatsApp online. You can DM, direct message girls on Instagram, and so often your message will get buried to the bottom of her inbox and you're just another chump from Instagram. You want to get the WhatsApp if possible. That's it. A few points. Hope you took something from this video. Greetings from Ukraine. We'll see you in the next one.